Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another video on learning BA techniques with examples. In today's video, we will be comparing and contrasting three techniques which often cause confusion to business analysts. Many a times, business analysts preparing for the IIBA certification exam ask me how one technique is different from the other and why one technique suits better in a given scenario. My name is Fatima Suhair and I work as a business analyst at Adaptive US. So the techniques that we are going to compare and contrast today are glossary, concept model, and data dictionary. So the big question here is when to use what? So let's get started with the purpose of each of these techniques. So the purpose may sound similar, but they do have certain differences which I will be explaining to you. So the concept model is used to understand and convey the vocabulary of a domain. And so does the glossary. The purpose of glossary is to define key terms relevant to a business domain. Now when it comes to data dictionaries are used as a repository to define data elements. They also serve stakeholders by providing a common interpretation of data elements. So don't get bogged by the complex words that I'm using. I will be explaining it to you by means of an example, just like I have done with all the other videos. So let's get into the examples. So the concept model would look like this. So I'll get into the details as and when I come across that. Now the glossary would look something like this. And the data dictionary would look like this. All right, so some more additional information. The concept model has something called core concepts, and the core concepts are related to one another by means of something called noun and verb concepts. So let me show this to you. So as you can see here, there are 5 concepts for Succeed, which is Adaptive's BA learning platform. So we have course, participant, trainer, content, and workshop. These are called noun concepts because these are nouns. And these noun concepts are related to one another through something called verb concepts. So the participant attends workshop. So that is an action. Verbs are actions. So participant attends workshop. Trainer conducts course. The course has multiple trainers. The course is attended by multiple participants. So these 5 concepts are related to one another through the connections that I explained. Now, it also suggests standard wording for referencing concepts unambiguously. As you can see, it was plain and simple. We had course, trainer, these were quite simple and unambiguous. And it also conveys the meaning using statements of a natural language. Just like I said, a participant attends a course. These are quite simple and easy to understand. Now, when we come to glossary, the additional information that I would like to share with you is that a term is added to the glossary when it is unique to a domain. There are multiple definitions and people are getting confused. So in order to get a common idea and a common understanding, we define that particular term in the glossary. So the definition implied is outside the term's common usage, and there is a reasonable chance of misunderstanding. So the whole purpose and the whole idea is to avoid misunderstanding. When we come to data dictionary, it is used to standardize the usage of key data elements by means of standard definitions. We also give it some meaning. We tell what each data element stands for, and we also give some values. What are the various values which can be associated to a data element? Okay, so let's proceed. I have already explained this concept model. Now, glossary would look something like this. Here for Succeed, like I said, the online BA platform for adaptive. The various terms that we have defined are course. Course is nothing but the products offered in Succeed. So it could be a CBAP training, it could be CCBA, it could be ECBA, or anything like that. And the course types are, it could be instructor-led classroom sessions, we have virtual sessions, online sessions, video learnings, question banks, and study guides. So the synonyms used for course are program or module. Yet another term would be participant. Participant is one who purchases the products. It could be a student or a customer. These are synonyms. And you can also define homonyms, which are similar sounding terms but may be different in meaning. So a trainer here is one who authors and delivers courses, and the synonyms could be faculty or instructor. Now when we come to data dictionary, like I said, we have something called data elements. And then we have primitive data elements and composite data elements. So primitive data elements are like individual data elements. And when we combine these individual data elements, we form a composite data element. So what the example that I have given here is how we define a program ID in Succeed. So a program ID would comprise of, now this program ID is just for our reference, how we distinguish one program from another, because we have various programs running, we have multiple courses, we have multiple plans, we have multiple batches running, so there should be some unique way of identifying these programs, and we have used this particular way of identifying. So we are using year, a serial number, month, course name, region, plan, and batch. So all these are different data elements, and as you can see here, the name is nothing but what it is exactly. So the first data element is year, serial number, month, and so on. So alias is something like what is another way of representing it or calling it. So month can also be called as MON. If another stakeholder says MON, it means month. If some stakeholder says training name, it's the same as course name. And region can also be called country. Plan can also be called pack. Batch is also known as cohort. So what are the values or attributes that I can associate with these? So for year, I can use 2018, 19, 20. And data element is nothing but the number of months, serial number. So 01, 02, 03. So 03 would be March. So MON means Jan, Feb, March, April, May. So these are the various values that this particular data element can take. Then the course name can be CBAP, CCBA, ACBA, or AAC. And when it comes to region, it can be US all, it covers all of US. It can be APAC, Asia Pacific. Then it can be USPT, which means Pacific time, Central time, so on. And we have various plans, and the batches can be weekend or weekday. So now you can see we have formed a composite, which is the program ID, which is comprising of year 2019, 01, which is the first serial number for Jan, and then CBAP, the course name, the region, US all, plan 1, and whether it's a weekend or weekday batch. So I hope things are clear so far. So like what I've covered till now, the elements in concept model are noun concepts, connections, verb concepts. In glossary, you can have synonyms and homonyms. In data dictionary, we can have primitive data elements and composite data elements. So like you saw earlier, the typical representation of a concept model is in the form of a concept map or a relationship diagram. And glossary can be in the form of tables, and so is data dictionary. So when we come to the strengths of this particular technique, the strengths are that it provides a business-friendly way to convey domain knowledge. And it is also independent of data model designs and technologies. As you saw, it was a very simple way of representing a vocabulary associated with a particular domain. It also facilitates understanding of knowledge-rich processes and ensures consistent and unambiguous use of concepts. Now, when we come to glossary, the strengths are quite similar. It promotes common understanding of the business domain. It provides a single reference, and it also encourages consistency. When we define something in a glossary, it is used consistently across the domain. There is no confusion, there is no ambiguity, and it also simplifies the writing and maintenance of other work products. Now, when it comes to data dictionary also provides shared understanding of the format and content of data. It promotes consistent use of data throughout the organization. So finally, let's discuss some of the limitations of these techniques. Now, when it comes to concept model requires abstract thinking skills. It may be foreign to stakeholders and require explanation. It may not be used commonly, so if at all your organization is using this, it has to be explained to the stakeholder as to how to read the concept model. It may also set incorrect expectations regarding further implementation, and it may need special tools to support real-time use. See, as the number of concepts increases, it may become a little complex, so you may have the need to use special tools to support the usage. Now, when it comes to glossary also requires ongoing maintenance so that the words don't remain outdated. And it also calls for agreeing on single definition across all stakeholders, and this may prove difficult at times because stakeholders may not agree on a single definition, so that could be a challenge when it comes to glossary. Last but not the least, coming to data dictionary requires regular maintenance. It also requires updates in a consistent manner and requires time and effort. It may have limited value if it's not used in multiple scenarios across the enterprise. So guys, I hope the difference between concept model, glossary, and data dictionary is clear to a certain extent. If it's not clear, you can drop a comment and then ask me what your queries are. So I hope this was useful to you. In my next video, I will be discussing a technique called functional decomposition. So till then, bye-bye from my side and subscribe to this channel for more BA learning videos. Thank you.